Blake Lively's learning the hard way that Cord is not Hollywood. She's now made multiple attempts to gag Justin Baldoni and his attorney, now wants the case dismissed, and now is fighting back against a deposition. So in a newly released letter, we are now finding out that Blake Lively is not happy with Justin Baldoni's attorney, Bryan Freedman.
For those who are not in the Hollywood world, what is wrong with her taking over the film?
I've never seen it before in my 30-plus year career in Hollywood. And an executive producer is below a producer in the film world. An executive producer signed up to be an executive producer, and that's it.
I think for them to ask to have access to Justin Baldoni's text to his wife, I mean, isn't that outrageous?
In a dramatic twist worthy of a Hollywood script, Blake Lively's poised exterior reportedly shattered during a heated courtroom exchange. The actress, entangled in a fierce legal battle with her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni, allegedly erupted when Baldoni's attorney unveiled a series of emails and text messages that seemed to challenge her allegations of on-set misconduct. Insiders whisper that Lively's unexpected outburst has left Tinseltown abuzz, with many speculating about the potential impact on her pristine public image.
So much so that she's fighting back and doesn't want to be deposed by him. I'm sorry, come again. You don't get to, this isn't a Colleen Hoover movie. You don't get to pick and choose who you have to work with and who you don't. Sorry, Blake, but your dragons don't work here. She reportedly is claiming that she doesn't want Bryan Freedman to depose her because of unspecified statements that he's made about her. You mean like when he said that they had plans to sue her into oblivion? Unfortunately, regardless of how famous you are in Hollywood, you have no choice over which attorney deposes you or not.
Blake Lively has been accused of attempting to seize control of the project. Justin Baldoni's attorney, Bryan Freedman, expressed astonishment at Lively's alleged actions, stating he has never seen this before in his 30-year career. Freedman contends that Lively's efforts to dominate the film's production are both unprecedented and manipulative.
As the time progressed in this film, she decided that she wanted to be a producer. She started to make edits. She wanted to be part of the editing team. There were people hired, like human beings actually hired to do the editing job, who had done work as editors. She wanted to be part of that team. The next thing you know, she took over the editing. She started making threats that she wouldn't promote the movie, that she wanted to be in control of marketing of the movie, that she would do nothing in terms of promotion unless she was the actual editor.
The controversy dates back to the troubled production of the romantic drama It Ends With Us, where tensions on set and behind the scenes quickly morphed into a full-blown legal war. Blake Lively, once known for her polished public image and acclaimed acting chops, has found herself embroiled in a bitter dispute after filing complaints alleging that Justin Baldoni engaged in inappropriate on-set behavior.
Justin Baldoni is now involving Taylor Swift in his lawsuit against Blake Lively. So Justin Baldoni is suing Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicists for over $400 million for all the It Ends With Us drama. Now he's name-dropping Taylor Swift, Blake's bestie, in the mix. Thankfully, Taylor Swift is not being sued, but she's mentioned in his 179-page paper complaint, and he's alleging that Taylor's fame was used to pressure him during production. And it really all stems from this penthouse situation where Blake and Ryan live. Apparently there was a meeting there with all of them, and Taylor Swift was actually present, and Blake ended up rewriting one of the scenes. And even after the meeting was over, Baldoni texted Blake this, saying, "I gotta put my glasses on for this one, the font is too small. Also was working on the rooftop scene today. Really love what you did."
This was a sinister PR move. Blake Lively then moved 11 days later to file a lawsuit. So now she has filed a lawsuit, and I don't think she ever wanted to do this. I think she genuinely wanted this to be a PR move, and she wanted to leak it to the New York Times. She thought the public would take her side with no questions asked, and instead the public is saying, no, we have a few questions here. And Justin Baldoni is going all the way to the wall on this. His lawyer is already giving interviews explaining just how nasty her team has played this. The lawyer's name is Bryan Freedman. He stopped by the Megyn Kelly show, and here's some of the things that he had to say. First, he says there used to never be a sexual claim. There never was a sexual claim until she went to that civil rights office. Take a listen.
There was actually no allegation of sexual harassment until the lawsuit was filed.
The allegations ranging from claims of misconduct to accusations of a retaliatory smear campaign have not only rocked the film's production, but also ignited a media frenzy.
We're going to be talking all things Blake Lively and her legal complaint that she's filed against her It Ends With Us co-star, Justin Baldoni. Yes, the It Ends With Us movie drama does in fact not end. What's interesting about this story to me is the Justin Baldoni of it all. He is a self-proclaimed male feminist, he's woke, he speaks out against sexual assault and sexual harassment, even toxic masculinity, and now in this legal complaint filed by Blake Lively, he's being accused of sexual harassment.
I challenge you to see if you can use the same qualities that you feel make you a man to go deeper into yourself. And will you be man enough to stand up to other men when you hear locker room talk, when you hear stories of harassment, when you hear your boys talking about grabbing ass or getting her drunk? Will you actually stand up and do something so that one day we don't have to live in a world where a woman has to risk everything and come forward to say the words "me too"?
This is gonna be really awkward if these allegations are true. I will say, just for the record, I'm not a fan of either of these individuals, and something about both of them rubs me the wrong way.
Followed by an attempted PR takedown of her to cover his own ass from people finding out what he did to her. In an article titled, "We Can Bury Anyone," Blake Lively heroically shared her story, and the world was on her side because it looked like she was just trying to take down a predator in Hollywood. So Justin Baldoni and his ace lawyer launched an all-cylinder fire attack to clear his name, and he started by suing the New York Times, saying that article was just published because it was paid for by Ryan Reynolds, and it was a multi-layered scheme planned out by Blake and Ryan to take down Justin. And I think it's pretty common knowledge that the mainstream media will lie on behalf of their powerful friends or anyone who pays them off to say certain things.
Baldoni's attorney, Bryan Freedman, has firmly denied allegations that his client attempted to damage Lively's reputation. Freedman contends that the accusations are part of a vicious attack orchestrated by Lively's team, involving media manipulation and the presentation of evidence out of context. He emphasizes that Baldoni's crisis management team operated within standard practices, focusing on hypothetical scenario planning rather than any concerted effort to smear Lively. Freedman asserts that the narrative against Baldoni is demonstrably false and promises to provide evidence to support his client's position.
We plan to release every single text messages between the two of them. We want the truth to be out there. We want the documents to be out there. We want people to make their determination based on receipts.
Justin Baldoni is firing back after Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against the actor, accusing him of unprofessional and sexually inappropriate behavior on the set of It Ends With Us. She also accused him of coordinating a smear campaign.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no.
Baldoni is now suing the New York Times after the paper published a story about Lively's allegations.
Do you plan to sue Blake Lively?
Absolutely.
You will?
Yes.
Baldoni claims that the text messages in Lively's lawsuit were taken out of context or excluded. The New York Times said in a statement that they stand by their reporting and plan to vigorously defend against the lawsuit. Lively said previously that she hopes her suit helps pull back the curtain on these sinister retaliatory tactics to harm people who speak up about misconduct.
It turns out that Blake Lively was caught on tape talking about how she manipulates people around her in order to take control of the movies upon which she works. Oops!
I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say, but I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
Oh my God. And then she did exactly that to Justin Baldoni, apparently. If you want to write your own script, you should go write your own script. If you want to sign on to a movie with the understanding that you're going to actually make script changes, then great. But if the idea is that you sign on as an actor and then you turn around and try to take control of the script, this makes you a jerk.
In the ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and her It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni, recent developments have intensified the dispute. Lively's legal team sought an extension to file an amended complaint, aiming to introduce new evidence against Baldoni. However, the presiding judge denied this request, emphasizing the need to adhere to the established schedule. This decision underscores the court's commitment to a timely resolution as both parties prepare for the trial set for March 9th, 2026. The case has garnered significant public attention, with allegations ranging from misconduct to defamation, and both sides have been cautioned against litigating their dispute in the media.
Well, Blake No Teeth Lively has experienced yet another court loss. So she wanted to amend her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, right? The judge said, okay, cool, you have until Valentine's Day, February 14th. And now Blake Lively was like, oh, hold on, wait a minute, we're not ready to present yet. And she was asking for an extension until March 5th. And then the judge said, okay, why? And she's like, duh, because I'm Khaleesi and I said so. And then the judge was like, LOL, yeah, no, I'll give you until Monday. I'll give you a couple extra days. You have until Monday, but you don't have until March 5th. And so now she has until this upcoming Monday, which is February 17th, to figure out what she's going to amend in her complaint. And initially there were rumors that the amendment was going to come with some sort of statement from Jenny Slate, who played Justin Baldoni's sister in It Ends With Us.
The recent report suggests that Lively's denied amendment request aimed to introduce a statement from co-star Jenny Slate. Slate has publicly supported Lively, describing the allegations against Baldoni as terribly dark, disturbing, and wholly threatening. This development highlights the intensifying dispute, with both parties preparing for the trial set for March 2026.
And so people were assuming that maybe Jenny was going to be some sort of star witness, that this was going to be the smoking gun, maybe she had something that she witnessed that she was going to bring to the table, right? Well, then all the internet sleuths went and dug up an old interview that she did on the Anna Faris podcast where she basically pokes fun at hitting her ex-boyfriend, which doesn't really make her a strong star witness after all. Which may possibly be why Blake's team is now asking for this extension, because what they were planning on bringing to the table has now fallen through. Now, that's all speculation and those are all people's theories, but it kind of sounds plausible. Regardless, whatever Blake Lively's doing, she's not ready to amend her lawsuit, and it doesn't seem like she has a strong case, because if she had a strong case, why would she need all of these extensions?
However, Baldoni has taken a firm stance against what he perceives as a strategic media move orchestrated by Lively's team. While details remain unfolding, Owens has been vocal about the situation, criticizing the alleged tactics and their implications in the entertainment industry. As tensions rise, the debate over celebrity PR strategies and public influence continues to gain traction.
All right, show of hands if you stayed up until midnight waiting for Blake Lively to drop this freaking amendment. Okay, am I the only person with their hands raised? Are you guys just here to plagiarize because you know I went through every line like a complete psycho? That's perfectly fine. I just want you guys to know rather, that if you're here because you think there's some bombshell in here, as her lawyers were alluding to, oh, wait until everybody sees everything, you're gonna be sorely disappointed, because if clickbait was an amendment, this is it. Okay, I cannot believe it. And there's so much more going on here. Now we really see the target of everything, I think. Really the linchpin for her lawsuit, the person that she went after. We have to discuss Isabella Ferrer.
According to recent reports, a new tactic had emerged from Blake Lively's PR team. Sources claim that someone within Lively's inner circle had been actively shopping around HR complaints to gossip outlets like TMZ and the Daily Mail in an attempt to discredit Justin Baldoni.
Discovery, where they share all of the information that may prove her case, and also Justin will seek information that will prove his. The only problem is that Justin's side is now responding saying, hey, this isn't right. They just want blanket call logs of everything that went down. They'll use this to smear my client. So I'm going to share what Justin Baldoni had to say, but let's just do a quick refresher of the subpoenas, and then we've got our lawyer friend explaining why they think this is all just PR. So, sending out a series of subpoenas to cell carriers, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, as well as alleged social media manipulator Jed Wallace, the Gossip Girl vet, and Ryan Reynolds want to get a look at the real receipts.
And then there are other moments to go like, am I the in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
Owens alleges that these internal documents, redacted to conceal sensitive information, were being used to construct a narrative aimed at tarnishing Baldoni's image. The strategy, as Owens put it, was not just about deflecting criticism from Lively, but was designed to bury Baldoni under a barrage of damaging headlines and insinuations about his conduct on set. This move, if true, would mark a significant escalation in the use of internal HR data as a weapon in public relations battles, a tactic that blurs the lines between private grievances and public smear campaigns.
If clickbait was an amendment, this is it. All right, show of hands if you stayed up until midnight waiting for Blake Lively to drop this freaking amendment. Okay, am I the only person with their hands raised? Are you guys just here to plagiarize because you know I went through every line like a complete psycho? This is actually the language from the introduction. It reads this. In public, Mr. Baldoni gave the appearance of taking responsibility for the fact that he had, quote, unconsciously been hurting and silencing women in his life and implored men to be man enough to, quote, shut the hell up and listen to women. He claimed that he wanted to end toxic masculinity, acknowledging his own toxic behavior by admitting that, quote,
according to some media critics, Blake Lively's legal team has subpoenaed phone records from Justin Baldoni and his associates, seeking evidence of a smear campaign against her. A legal team requested to subpoena Justin Ballen's phone, along with devices from 5 or 6 other individuals involved in the case.
That Blake Lively's team had asked to subpoena Justin Baldoni's phone, meaning, and not only Justin Baldoni, the entire team that they had sued, meaning like 5 or 6 people, and they want not only to look at text messages in regards to the case, but in regards to everything.
And they want to go back 2.5 years.
Yes. With their internet browser history, so they can see whatever they Googled. I mean, if they do that to anyone's phone, you're gonna find stuff that are suspicious, don't you think? I mean, you Google many weird things. I think for them to ask to have access to Justin Baldoni's text to his wife, I mean, isn't that outrageous?
It sounds like an overreach, if you ask me.
Yeah. Or like Justin Baldoni's lawyer called it, a fishing expedition, which is a word he used on purpose, I think, because that's a word that judges don't really like. And this is, like he also pointed out, this is not a criminal case, and Blake is not the FBI. This is a civil case. So I think asking for this, do you think they're going to get it through from the judge?
Not altogether, but you know, it is you can do it in defamation cases, though.
Yeah, but I think limited in defamation cases.
They sought access not just to text messages related to the lawsuit, but also to all personal messages, internet searches, and browser history from the past 2.5 years.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, my besties. Do you think that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively had anything to do with it?
This is what Justin Baldoni's team is saying, right? They're saying that Ryan Reynolds pressured WME to fire Baldoni.
Yeah.
And of course, that has been denied by WME. But why then did they fire Baldoni? There are more quotes though out there, and he's saying that I am the man that did it. What did he say? I'm a ride or die guy.
Yeah.
So he takes credit for firing him, and then he's making fun of his last name by calling him Bologna or something like that.
Yeah, Baldoni.
Baldoni, and then he corrects himself and says Baldoni.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah. And that's someone they represented for more than 5 years, apparently.
This request encompasses not only call logs, but also text messages, internet search histories, and browser data. The subpoenas extend to several individuals associated with Baldoni, aiming to uncover evidence supporting Lively's claims of a coordinated smear campaign against her.
The tea is flowing in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively case involving Taylor Swift and Bryan Freedman and all the characters that are involved. And the cross-fighting here in the legal documents, Justin responds to subpoena, say, hey, this is a massive fishing expedition. It goes back and forth, and that's where we land on the actual documents that we're about to share with you. Umbrella Guy, friend of the program, says Blake Lively wants 2.5 years of Justin Baldoni, calls, texts, real-time location. Watch. It's all because she's attempting further character assassination since her Me Too claims didn't end him. Now, as we know, she claims he harassed her, SH, right? And that's really the big story. But she's also going to claim that he was part of a smear campaign. He's going to argue that was in retaliation. We were just planning a retaliation if you were going to come after me.
Justin Baldoni is visibly disturbed and exhausted following Blake Lively's lawsuit. In a recent interview, he admitted feeling drained, revealing he texted his best friend and company president, confessing he wasn't in a good place. He acknowledged being overwhelmed and lacking time to recover or heal.
That are carried to excess that end up being harmful to both men and the women and the people in their lives. Nothing good ever comes from pointing the finger at somebody. Like if we were in a conversation and we didn't know each other, and I was coming at you like this, your instinct would be to retreat.
Despite experiencing material success, the emotional toll has been severe, affecting both him and his family. His words reflect deep distress, highlighting how the legal battle and surrounding controversy have weighed on him. The situation has clearly left him struggling, showing how much the ongoing turmoil has impacted his well-being.
This morning I sent a text message to my best friend Jamie and the president of my company, Tara. And I told them that I wasn't in the best place. I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year, a lot of material success, and a lot of emotional stress. It's very hard on me and my family.
What are your thoughts on the ongoing legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? Drop your opinions in the comments below.